Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and I hope my voice is quite clear this time, and I also hope that the quality of my voice is quite clear. So, in this particular game is absolutely going to blow your mind because it is not only going to have a lot of complex positions but it is also going to have a lot of complex calculations. So, without any further ado, let's dive straight into this. So, this is the particular position, and I'm not going to be showing you how we reach this position because it's quite trivial, and I'm going to be saying some trivial things like black has two pawn islands whereas white has three pawn islands. I mean, white has two pawn islands, so what the pawn islands are pretty much the same. I want you guys to pause the video here and find out what move I played because it's amazing, the move that I played. Although the engine does not like it, but if you're following this channel for quite a long time, you will be able to find this move quite precisely. And you will also be able to calculate why this move excites me a lot. Okay, so I hope you found the move. The move that I played, and I'm keeping the engines on for this particular video because it is going to be a bit of a long video, like probably like 10 minutes or so. So I will be keeping the engine on so that I don't get like deviated from the fact that even though there are a lot of calculations involved, uh, I don't get deviated. Okay, so the move that I played was e5. Okay, so the engine obviously does not like this. I have switched on the infinite analysis as well. Let's just check it once. Yeah, I've switched on all analysis. So yeah, I played this move. Now I'll explain you why I played this move. Okay, so the first line that I calculated before playing this move was what if he takes with this pawn. I was like, okay, if he takes with this pawn, I will be taking him with the bishop. And then I did not see that he will be going queen e8. I thought, what if he goes rook e8? Then the plan was pretty much very simple. Firstly, I calculated that if he goes rook e8, I can take the queen, he can take my queen, I'll take the knight, and I will be a piece up this way. Okay, so this is the first line that I calculated. And the second line that I calculated was, what if I take this pawn? This is losing because he can take my bishop with the queen and I have to take this pawn. Although he has only a plus one advantage, but it is quite a lot. He can just defend this knight via playing rook b8. So we don't really want that. We want to have advantage and we want to win the game. So we can totally rely on the fact that he will be playing rook e8. What if he plays queen e8? My plan was pretty much again simple. My plan was I'll take here and he cannot take here because I'll just take the queen. And I thought that he might go this way. And then I thought, okay, let him go that way. I'll just move my bishop. That was the idea. So, and if he played like this move, then my idea was pretty much simple. I just take the rook. He takes my queen. I'll take the knight. But again, I did not go into this type of an endgame because I don't really like the material imbalances here. Like, see, he has a rook for a rook, a bishop for a bishop, and a knight, rook, and a pawn for queen. The material is equal, but there are imbalances in the position. Like, for instance, black has three weaknesses, okay, which can be attacked, no doubt about it. But white also has one weakness. Not only that, in this particular move, if you place this, then I had to calculate this move. Okay, let's see what happens. I'll calculate this move and then you can increase the pressure on this bishop. That's fine. But I did not like the material imbalance in this particular position. So I did not wanted to go into this particular line. But I knew that, okay, if you place this move, then I am winning on the spot. So that is the thing. This was a trick in the position, kind of a trap. Like he had to find this only move, that is queen e8. If he did not find, he will be losing. If he played anything else like rook e8, then he would be losing. So this was the kind of thing that got me excited into playing this particular move in the first instance. Okay, so we discussed what happens if he takes f takes e5. Let us now discuss what happens if he takes d takes e5. Now, if he takes d takes e5, my plan was pretty simple, that I will be simply grabbing this pawn. If he grabs my knight, I will be grabbing his knight. And then he cannot take this pawn because this pawn is protected via the queen. And if he plays something like this, I'll just simply go back. If he takes here, I'll just take here. The position is kind of equal, but I like it more for white in this particular position because this pawn is pretty much being harassed here. And this was the idea behind all of this. Like, you cannot attack this particular pawn because this bishop protects it. And my queen is pretty much advanced into the 7th rank of your king. So it will be quite active in that position. And I don't really think that you will be having any chances of surviving this. Okay, so this was the second thing that got me excited into this. The third most thing, and this was the most exciting thing. What if he pushes this pawn? Now, this is amazing because now I will take this pawn. Now you cannot even play um, queen to e8, which you were playing before. Like in this particular position, if you take this way, you can play queen e8, and that's fine. But in this variation, you cannot play queen e8. You ask me why? Because now I'll simply take this pawn, and this particular bishop and pawn pair will be very dangerous for black. Like, not only does it cramp black's position, but black cannot really do anything here. Like, he cannot attack the queen via going like rook f6 because the bishop protects, and he cannot take the queen because the rook is also guarding the queen. So it will be just a rook up. So this position is very bad for black. So yeah, he cannot push the pawn. He cannot push this pawn. But can he push this pawn? If he pushes this pawn, my plan was pretty much simple. I'll just take. If he takes with the bishop, I'll just take. And if he takes with the rook, it's pretty simple idea. I'll just take this pawn. He loses a pawn straight away. But if he does not take with the rook, if he takes with the pawn, then my idea was again simple. I'll not take this pawn this time, but I'll take this one. So at the end of this entire variation, you can see I am a pawn up. So this is the reason why this particular move, e5, like excited me so much because I felt that he will not be able to play this quite accurately. Okay, and it took me barely around 45 seconds in order to figure out why e5 was absolutely crushing black. But I still don't know why engine does not like it. So the thing is that I did not calculate only one thing. The only thing I did not calculate, the only thing that I did not calculate was that I never really assumed that he will completely ignore the fact that these pawns are being like under pressure. And he played something like this. Yeah. So you see this move, he completely ignored the fact that his two pawns are hanging. So I was like, okay, I'll take this pawn. If you take via that one, it's fine. Not a problem to me. I'll just go knight f5. Okay. I played some top moves here. Yeah, I just came back. Because I had some lines where he was trapping the queen. But now I will be switching off the engine because this is a very good move and I will be telling you to pause the video here and figure out the move for yourself. Okay, so he played this move. Okay, he played this move and in this particular position, I thought for about 2 minutes and I came up with the answer to this particular move. I thought about going queen f3, queen g4, queen d3, queen d2, queen c3, and then I also thought about going queen c4. I also thought about the line of queen a6. I calculated all of these lines, and one of the most exciting lines that I calculated was knight e6. But the thing is, all of these lines loses the advantage for white, and white is actually winning in this position. So pause the video, everyone, and try to figure out the move for yourself. This is absolutely mind-blowing. You have to calculate very precisely in order to play this move. So yeah, so without any further ado, let's dive straight into this. The correct move in this position is to take the rook. Okay, so now I will be switching on the engine's back. Okay, so the thing is, if you take my queen, I'll take the rook. The only move is to play with the bishop. I'll take the bishop. The only move with the king is this, and now I'll give you this fork. Not only protecting my rook, but also forking your queen and the king. If you go here, it doesn't matter. I'll take your queen, and I'm clearly materially up, and I will be winning the game. So this is how the game ended. He just basically resigned in this particular position. So I hope every one of you like this particular variation. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you like the video. So thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.